Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video, I'm gonna be using these. The main two items are gonna be these two from the Dollar Tree. So I hauled these. I can't find the packaging, but I think it was by Jot, and it's just this little cheapy watercolor. You can see that the pans, the little paints are coming out, and this is some watercolor paper that I have bought from the Dollar Tree a while ago. I think that they still sell this paper there. So the paper is by Graphics, and it's 15 sheets, 5 by 7, 96 pounds is the weight of this paper. And yeah, that's what we're gonna use. Good morning, happy Memorial Day to everyone. So guys, I want to do a cheap art supply challenge, and I just kind of wanted to do one live with you all. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. I really love cheap art supply challenges because it I know I do like a lot of videos, and I use like a lot of supplies that might be expensive sometimes, but honestly, I love deals and I love art supplies, and I collect supplies from everywhere, no matter what the price range is. So I just really want to show you guys that it really doesn't matter how much you spend on something. Sometimes the quality does matter. Don't get me wrong, but you can create beautiful pieces of art using really anything. Just a regular pen, a pencil. So we're gonna see what we can create with these cheap watercolor paints. I don't expect much from these paints, but yeah, we're gonna make it happen. So I already tore out one of the sheets from this watercolor pad, and this paper is like really thin. Um, One thing that I could say, if you guys really like want to invest in something, I would say to invest in some really good paper. So if you like to do like a lot of water media, I would invest in some. I mean, there's a lot of really cheap options that you can use for watercolor papers and stuff like that, but that's not what this video is about, so I'm not going to get too much into that. Let's just go ahead and swatch some of these paints. So I'm not expecting much from these paints. Just looking at them, I can kind of assume that Crayolas are going to be like a lot more vibrant. Yeah. These might be a little chalky. They're not very pigmented. But we're going to use it to our advantage. Sometimes you just really have to play with your supplies and see what you can do with it, how you can work with it to get the effects or the look that you want. So you guys can tell that these are not very pigmented at all. So I think it's always important to test out your supplies if it's something new to you before you dive in. So I just personally like to swatch my colors and see how they work. I mean, they're not that bad. That blue, the yellow is definitely very dull. The purple is not that pigmented, but the red and the orange is pretty pigmented. The green is not. But guys, I challenge you to do the cheap art supply challenge with me. It's really fun. Especially if you're like new to watercolor. I would start with a little cheapy set. Maybe not this one, but why not? The black's pretty pigmented. Okay, so those are all the colors. Let's go ahead and let's see what kind of mixing we can do. Alright, I have this set for my practicing. Yes, it's perfect for practicing, TJ. All right, so those are the swatches. I already went ahead and sketched out a little picture. And guys, this paper is not going to be the best. Like, I could already tell that it's probably going to buckle on me. So I already know that since I'm using such thin paper, that I have to let my layers dry before I go with the next one, so we don't damage the paper. So I already know I can expect a bunch of buckling. So I already went ahead and taped down the paper with some washi tape. And let's just go ahead and start. So this is what I sketched out. You know, still mermaid. Hopefully you guys are not sick of seeing me paint mermaids. Okay. So I'll leave my swatch paper up here so I can use it as a guide. And I'm going to use this top for a mixing tray. I'm going to go ahead and mix a skin tone. So I'm just getting down some water. I like that the yellow is really dull because it's going to give me a pretty decent skin tone, I think. We'll put a little bit of red in there. And put a tap of green. A little bit more red. Alright. So I'm just kind of using this. Let me put this here so you guys can see. And I'm just going to go ahead and wash over her skin. You probably don't want to go too crazy with like water with this paper, but I'm just going to go ahead and do what I gotta do. We're gonna test this paper out together. So there's a nice little wash. So while that's drying, I'm gonna go ahead and move to the tail. I'm trying to think what color hair I want to make for her. You know what? While that's wet, I'm gonna go ahead with a little bit of. I'm gonna put some more red in there, and I'm gonna drop some in certain areas so that it can kind of move where it wants. While it's wet. And since it's wet, it's going to kind of, you know, go where it wants and bleed through. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Alright. And I have a paper towel, a rag on the side, my little paint rag. I'm trying to think what color I want to do her hair, guys. I'll just let it come to me. Alright, let's mix a color for her fin, her tail. Has anyone been participating in Mermaid? Are you guys sick of it yet? What brushes do you suggest? Okay, so the brush that comes with this kit, I definitely don't suggest. You guys know those, like, I don't know what my kids did with it. They lost it, but it's like real, feels like plastic. Really, I personally only use cheap brushes, synthetic brushes. You guys can get some at Ross. If you go to Michael's, they usually have like some really good brushes. I personally love this paintbrush that I got from Daiso. Now I know Daiso's not available to everyone. Like it's not even available to me. They're only in like Texas and California and some other states that I can't remember offhand right now. But I really love these brushes. They were only $1.50 and I got a set of 5. And guys, I've been using them for years. Like I want to say maybe 2 or 3 years. And they still work like perfectly. But any synthetic brushes will do. Walmart actually has some really nice cheap little brush sets, like you know, like $5 or $6. And if you take care of your brushes, they'll last a pretty long time. So I just mixed some green and this blue color. I'm gonna keep playing with it till I get a tone that I like. I'm gonna make that a little darker. It's probably hard for you guys to see in the glare. I'm gonna try to make that darker. So the more water you use, the lighter it will be. The more paint, the more saturated it will be. Okay, I like that. So I'm just gonna go ahead, and this is still wet right here, but I don't mind. I kind of want that to bleed into the skin there. But if you don't want that to happen, do not lay that. See guys, so look, for some $1 paints, like you guys can still get some really nice effects. You can make some nice art with anything. Michael's has some really good inexpensive supplies, guys. You know they always have like that little $5 section. Let me mix the same colors, but I want to add some yellow. I don't want to disturb. Well, why not? Let me add some yellow in here. But their little $5 section, you guys can use those half off coupons. I don't know, when I started watching YouTube, it kind of was like the devil because everything that I saw them paint with or use, I felt like I had to have. And it's sad to say that like a lot of the art supplies that I have, I don't use as much because it's so much. Like before it would, you know, I just had certain, guys, I'm just plopping down some of this while it's wet to show like a little bit of texture. But I was thinking the other day, like I have so much art supplies that some of it kind of gets forgotten. So I kind of miss how it was before I started getting so many supplies and stuff like that. And how I would just use like the simplest of supplies and create art. So see, I don't know if you guys can see there. Let me zoom in. See, those are really cool effects. I like that. So the skin is still wet right here. It's fairly dry on top. Let's go ahead and work with the hair. Let's give her some purple hair. Yeah, give some nice little texture, right? So let's mix some purple. I want to kind of mix a lot because there's a lot of hair. So I'm just going to make a nice little puddle of water and then add that paint. These are not that bad. Like, they don't seem very chalky like that Artist Loft watercolor palette is so chalky. I really don't like those kind of paints. I think I have an example here. Let me show you guys. So these are not, they don't seem very chalky to me. Like, I don't know if you can tell here, but they're really chalky. Like, you can feel it. This doesn't seem that way. Okay. Let me add a little bit of blue to this. Purple. Let me know if you guys like the idea of me doing these cheap art supply challenges. I know I have like a ton of like really cheap art supplies that I purchased and I bought to like review to give people options. For different supplies. So let me know if you guys like videos like this. I love to find alternatives because art supplies can be so expensive. I didn't want that to leak right there. I'm using a huge brush right now, guys. I should be using a smaller one, but I can't find my smaller ones right now. Just being lazy. I just kind of wanted to get this video done. So this hair is more blue than purple. That's alright though. Is anyone barbecuing today? What are your plans for Memorial Day, guys? So you see there's a little buckling and pulling going on here. So if you lay down too much water, you can just pat off your brush and it'll kind of mop all that up for you. Alright, so this hair looks really blue. I'm going to add some more purple. Let me add some reds. I can kind of make my own purple. Put some different tones. It's raining here, so we are having pizza. Have not had pizza in a while. Ooh, that sounds good. Reviews would be great. Never know what to get. How long have you been painting? Sorry, guys. I haven't been missing these comments. Watercolor painting. Not that long. I want to say maybe I just really started like maybe two or 3 years. So I don't know too much about watercolors, but acrylic painting I've been painting since I was like in high school. I'm 33 now, so a very long time. So I'm just going to keep playing with these tones. And I kind of want to add some of this purple to her scales. I'm going to water this down. Thank you so much. Painting can be really, what's the word I'm looking for? Intimidating. But guys, you just really have to just kind of throw yourself into it. Don't be scared. I've done so many paintings and I hated the way that they were turning out. But the important part, I know I always say this in my videos, but is to stick with it, trust the process, and just keep going. Her skin came out pretty nice, guys. What do you think? Let me zoom in a little more. Not bad. Okay. I feel like this needs some more red. So before I lay, if you're not sure about a color, I would swatch it first before you lay it down. So I just mixed a little bit of red with some purple that I already mixed down here. And I'm gonna kind of lay some shadows. I have a lot of paint on my brush. So guys, these brushes were only $1.50, and they hold a lot of water, a lot of paint. They're really good. I really like these. I wish I had a Daiso by me. I would be there all the time. I've seen the brushes in Dollar Tree. They look like crap to me, guys. I wouldn't, personally, I don't think that they don't look pretty good. They don't look good at all. I wouldn't try them. Maybe I'll buy them to try them out for you guys, but I could kind of tell by looking at them that like the hairs are coming out. That's like the worst thing. When you're painting and the hairs from your bristles from your brush come out, that is the worst. So I could already tell by looking at those that the hairs are going to be coming out. The bristles are going to be everywhere. And it's so annoying when you're painting. That's the worst. When you're trying to pick a bristle out of your painting, you can ruin it. I'm going to add some of this purple right here by the neck. Not bad, guys. What do you think? For some dollar paints, not bad at all. And guys, in case you're curious, when I sketched this out, I used my Prismacolor Kohl Erase. Guys, these are really cheap too, and they're really good quality. I think one of these pencils you can get open stock on like Blick for like $1 and some change, if I'm not mistaken. So everything's pretty wet except for this. Let me add a little bit of this purple to this green that I already mixed in the fin. And let's add a little there. Wouldn't be a Poochie Tats video without my son screaming in the background. So I'm going to kind of lift. This is still wet. I want to lift some of this in the hair. I really like that tone that I mixed at first. Alright, this is... Let me bust out my blow dryer, guys, because this is wet. I don't want to ruin the paper. It's already really cheap. Then... Guys, I have so many ideas of videos that I want to do, and I have not had the time to do them. But school's almost over with. Spring break is coming up. I mean, summer break is coming up. So, I'm going to have a lot more time to do more videos with you guys. Sorry about that. Where did you get the name Poochie Tats? So, my nickname is Poochie. My grandmother gave me that nickname, and I hated it when I was young. I hated it so much. But, you know, when she passed away and as I got older, I embraced it more. So, my nickname is Poochie, and then Tats came from me tattooing. I used to I tattoo. And so that's like kind of like my, I guess you would say, my business name, Poochie Tats. And when I started YouTube, I decided to keep that name so that it would be easier for people to kind of find my work. I have like a lot of work on Instagram and stuff like that. So like I just really use that name here. I kind of thought about changing it sometimes. I think about changing it sometimes. But I just felt like it would be easier for people to like find me on like YouTube and stuff like that. But yeah, that's where that name came from. People are always calling me, they're always pronouncing it differently, Punchy, and but yeah, that's where that name came from. I hated that name so much when I was younger, but when I started tattooing, when people asked, you know, what my name was, I went by that name. I want to add more red because of the color pencil lines. Kind of just wanted to blend really nicely. Guys, it's not bad for some dollar paints. Into the scales. I don't want to go overboard because I don't want to lose that first layer, that like nice green that we mixed at first. I'm gonna add some more red into the hair. Sorry guys. So now that it's dry, you have to kind of be careful because it's not going to flow like it was when it was wet. So whatever kind of marking you put down, like you see I'm kind of squiggling, that's what it's going to be. I really wanted to use like some different papers. It could be huge. Thanks, grandmas are the best. Yes, they are. Hi, this is Lamarcus. Hey, Lamarcus. Lamarcus is one of my students from school. So I think I went a little overboard. I'm going to use my rag and kind of lift just some of it, some spots. I don't want to lose all those layers underneath. Okay. I think I like that. Now, these are some harsh lines here, so I kind of want to go in with a clean, wet brush. And I'm going to blend that out. Definitely need to work on her lips. I'm trying to use the tip of this brush even though it's big. There we go. So guys, painting really is just a matter of you playing with values. Going back and forth. I kind of go back and forth. Adding in darks and lights. What do you guys think so far? Thank you, Lamarcus. So the stomach is really red. Let me dab some of that out of there. Not bad for some cheap watercolors. What? I'll let my son out. Okay. My son has such a big mouth. Alright, so let's do some blue in the background. I kind of want to wash over all of it so it can look like she's underwater. But I don't want to ruin these pretty skin tones we have going on. Maybe I can do a light wash. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we try it? Swatch that out. See, it's nice and light. Wendy said, great color blends. Malik said hi. Hey, Malik. Thank you, guys. I don't know. I'm scared to use this blue. It might ruin everything. I think I'm going to go for it. Why not? Let's go for it. So I'm just going to wash over. Oh, I'm so scared. I don't want to ruin all those pretty skin tones. Let's do it. I'm going to go ahead and just pull out some highlights. I want to make it darker. It's a lot of water. It's getting a little muddy. Let's go ahead and dry it with a blow dryer. I lost some of those tones, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and go in with some darker values around the face so it could bring back some of those features. So again, guys, we're using the blow dryer so that we don't ruin the paper and we can continue to layer and layer. My paper's starting to buckle a little. But guys, this paper is not that bad for some dollar paper. If you use the right techniques, which is, you know, us drying in between, you'll be able to get more out of your paper. So I lost a lot of the detail and shadows in here. I really should have washed over all of this in blue at first, but that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and mix that skin tone again. You know what? These paints are pretty chalky now that I'm seeing how they dry. I lost all my values in there. Sorry about that, guys. Amaya, go get your brother right now. I lost all those colors with that wash. That's okay though. My daughter she's obsessed with the Fortnite game. And she's driving me crazy. Because she doesn't want to let her brother watch her shows. So right now I kind of feel like I ruined it with doing that wash. But I'm going to trust the process and keep on pushing. Give me a second, guys. Let me get my son situated. I'll be right back. So sorry, guys. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, guys. So hard doing videos with my kids. when they're up. I feel like I need to add more red in the hair. Alright, let me try that. I need a smaller brush. So guys, I'm just adding in the details with a smaller brush. I don't know what made me think that I could do that with that huge 12 brush. I was going to use that pencil to outline some of this, but I'm just going to go ahead and use these paints. I'm gonna go ahead and mix that darker green again. I'm gonna have to log off soon, guys, because my son is just acting a fool right now. Let me add a little bit of that to the scales. I'm just dabbing my brush. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the details and the eyelashes. My favorite part. Alright guys, I think we're just about done. Oh, it's so bright. Too dark. I want to add a little more red to her face. To her body. Just kind of blending that out. Give it one more dry, guys, and we're going to peel this off, and we're done. I know I said we're done, guys, but this is really bothering me. I feel like I need to add more contrast in some of these areas. It's really dark. Okay. kind of hard for me to stop sometimes. Alright. Just gonna go with that. Alright, so let's peel. Just take I'm going really slowly because I don't want to rip this paper. Give me some nice clean edges, not bad. Guys, if you don't have a really good like white gel pen, I would definitely suggest getting one of those corrector pens from the Dollar Tree. You know, like the whiteout pens. Those work pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and add some white highlights. I'm going to sign my name in white. I'm going to date it at 5/18. Should just put 2018. And I'm going to add just a few little highlights. I'm just going to add a few little squiggles. Alright guys, so that is it for, see I say that's it, but I keep going. That's it for our cheap art supply challenge. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video and that I hope that it inspires you to go ahead and try some cheap art supplies and challenge yourself and see what you can create. Alright, give me a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!